What's up guys, I'm at Adventure Lodge today. This is one of our boutique hotels and it's 20 units. I want to take a little stroll through the property and talk about how we bought it and how we run it. This is our second boutique hotel in South Lake Tahoe, California, and it's just blocks away from the shores of Lake Tahoe and 2 blocks away from Heavenly Ski Resort and the ski village. So it's a really prime location that has year-round demand. You've got the lake and then hiking and biking and camping in the summer. And in the winter, you've also got skiing and snowmobiling and snowboarding right by the mountain. So this property stays pretty booked all year round. This deal came to me from actually one of my friends who him and his partner had hotels in the market, and they actually looked at this one and they didn't quite like it or didn't like the number, so he sent it to me. And this is one that we could easily add to our operation because we already owned just a couple blocks away another hotel that's 14 units. So we could add this one on, expand our operation, lower our overhead, our incremental overhead costs, and also hire out the additional team members that we needed to manage this thing and just become more efficient in the market. So it made a lot of sense for us to add another 20 units. Even though it was a little bit higher purchase price, we bought it for $3.4 million, which is about $170,000 a door, a little bit higher than we bought our other one. But the stage of the renovation, it was closer to the end. We bought it from the owners who bought it with the intent to renovate the place and then run it. But through that whole process, spent a lot more on the renovation. I think the rehab cost ballooned to over $1 million, and they were expecting it to be a lot lower, a couple $100,000. So we came in towards the end, finished out the electrical, finished out the plumbing, did the flooring and paint, and really brought this place to what it needed to be able to rent in this market. Then we did all the furnishing plans. So it matched up with the timing of the sellers, the lead coming from somebody I knew because I was telling people that I wanted to, buy more in this market, and they knew what I wanted. So I think that's a good point of, make sure you're telling people what you're looking for, and that'll bring opportunities to you. And then this one slid right in and it worked for us. So this is a limited service boutique hotel. So we don't, run a staff on the property. We don't have a front desk for check-in. We actually converted the office in the old manager's unit to a space for employees and extra storage because there's just not a whole lot of room on the property. And when we do snow removal in the winter, it kind of just piles up. So we needed that for extra storage. And also at our other hotel, in our office, we don't have a bathroom and kind of a hangout space for our employees. So we wanted to provide that with the full bathroom in there and the kitchen, kind of like their area to hang out in between the day and between the turns as they're doing their job. So it's limited service, meaning guests show up, it's an automated check-in, they get their, through the automated messaging, they get their check-in codes, they get their instructions and all that, and really, try to educate the guests before they show up. So they can just come in their room, do self-check-in, we don't have to have the staff on site to be able to, check them in and all that kind of thing. And then each room is just the bed, a desk, the bathroom. Back here, there's the coffee maker, the toaster, microwave, and mini fridge. Then you got the TV and nightstand and a little thing for luggage and shoes. So there's not a whole lot to the room as compared to our other hotels that all have kitchenettes or full kitchens and a different unit mix. This is just like simple hotel rooms, some with single beds, some with 2 beds, and like a little sitting area, a sitting chair, like an accent chair. So it's a much less amenity-rich experience for guests, but the price also reflects that. We have enough rooms to still be able to do really well, keep the rooms booked, but it's still a stylish and comfortable space. And because of that, because the rooms had less to offer with the amenities in the room, we wanted to do a good job of the indoor-outdoor space. So you could see back there it's all covered in snow, but we have an outdoor seating area, picnic tables, a fire pit, an outdoor couch, and string lights. So that way, you're not confined to the room when it's warm. And even before, it piles up with snow, people hang out there by the fire. We've got the grill. So we've got those amenities on property to make it, more of an offering, picture better and bring in a different crowd like that are coming for camping, that are coming for the outdoors. We've got mountain views and covered by the sequoia trees. So it's a really nice environment at the property, and that makes us do pretty well. This is that outdoor area that I was talking about that is just covered with snow right now. Like it's almost as tall as me, but you can almost see our grill that's covered by the snow under this. We take all the cushions and stuff off, but this is our couch and our fire pit. You can kind of see back there the picnic table that is all the way covered. So this is our area. We've got Adirondack chairs that sit around a circle in the fire pit. So, and then we've got gravel down here. So it's a really nice space with the string lights overhead. creates that indoor-outdoor feel. When people come to Tahoe, you know, they want to spend time outside, especially in like destination markets around the mountains. You know, it's the area that brings them in. They don't want to be confined to the room anyway, and most people don't even spend much time in the room. So you want to make the most use of your outdoor space and add amenities. You know, check the boxes so that you'll show up in more searches on the platform, and your listing will show up because you have those amenities. You can check that and get more guests and more bookings as a result. This is a guest closet that we have on site, which we've incorporated into all of our properties through trial and error, finding out the best way to take care of our guests once they check in and once our staff is away from the property, because we don't have the 24/7, you know, front desk like a normal hotel. So in here we've got the smart lock on that as well, so we'll give them that code, and then they've got everything they need in here, you know, from emergency preparedness for extra heaters and flashlights, extra towels and blankets and you know, shampoo, soap, stuff like that, so that if they need something while they're on the property, we can give them that code, they go take care of it. And again, trying to eliminate friction, trying to be proactive and take care of the guests' needs before they even arise, so that our, you know, communication ratings and our customer service helps us get that 5-star review. And these are those Schlage and Code smart locks that I was talking about that we use, allow automated check-in. They're Wi-Fi enabled, meaning they, you know, connect to the internet and our property management system, so that when a guest books, they get that code sent to them through our automated messaging sequence and sent to their phone as a text message several times before check-in, so that their check-in instructions are really clear to have a less friction check-in experience for them. That's one of the big ones, like automated check-in. Guests want to get into their place, not have to see a host, check in on a front desk, especially with this integrated boutique hotel Airbnb model. So that's a big perk for us and for our guests. So this is the room, and don't judge my bed making skills because I did sleep here last night. So you can see it's pretty simple, you know, not a big space. We've got the smart TV, you know, the stand there, the accent chair, the desk, which is really nice to us, extra, you know, storage space and just vertical space when people come in with their bags and everything. And it's a functional setup because you can, you know, make a light breakfast, you know, bring leftovers, heat them up. There's a ton of restaurants all around us in the luggage rack. And this is our bathroom. Got the stand-up tile shower. That was a really good touch. You got the toilet over here. So it's actually like pretty good sizable bathrooms in all the units. And then this is the room itself. So it's simple, stylish, not a whole lot to it, but it performs really well because, you know, for the price people are paying, they get a lot of utility and also, you know, really good customer service and all that we provide. Oh, I'm glad to come in because it's so cold outside. But I mentioned that we bought this for $3.4 million, and that was about $170,000 per unit, and that was on the higher end of, you know, especially like more of a distressed property at the time, because it was still, you know, going through renovation. There's a lot of stuff still to do, a couple $100,000 to spend in CapEx and the furnishing to get it actually rent ready for our guests. But we know the properties in the area are, you know, trading once they're, you know, stabilized and fixed up for around $200,000 to the low $200,000. So we had equity on the buy side. There just wasn't as much to capture because of all the money that we still had to put into it. But that was okay with us because it allowed us to reach an economies of scale in the market that would bring us to 34 units. And at the time, we just had a, you know, property manager and tried to have like part-time maintenance and our 1099 cleaners. So by making this shift here, it allowed us to, you know, build out our team a little bit more robust, allowed us to hire additional e-concierge members on the back end who do all of our guest messaging to make that team, you know, more efficient, balance out the schedules there. But then we could have a property manager, an assistant property manager, maintenance, and all of our cleaners that manage both properties. And they're only a couple blocks away, so it doesn't take any time to get in between them. So that was a big reason for us to buy this property, is to reach that economies of scale and just run the whole operation in our market much more efficiently. Now when we look in additional markets, we look for that same thing. Like, we know if we buy one hotel, yeah, it might, you know, produce good revenue, might have good net cash flow, but how hard on us will it be to manage that property? And that, at this stage, I don't want to get back into the weeds of messaging all the guests and going through all the, you know, operational drag that just one property in the market brings. So I think as you know, build up and you scale up to get more properties, think about how you reach a level of scale if you're going into a new market, because you don't want to, you know, necessarily buy yourself another job. You want to create passive income and build your portfolio and make it more sustainable as you grow. And this property allowed us to do that. Plus, it's pretty nice.